Amy from She Cooks She Eats, and today I'm going to show you how to make a Victoria sponge. I was going to make this video anyway, but then the guys at Flora got in touch and asked me to make a video showing that you can use Flora for baking when you're making a cake, and I thought I might as well combine the two. I usually do, when I'm making cakes, use margarine rather than butter. So I picked me up some Flora Light, and I'm going to try and make a Victoria sponge with it. So for my recipe you need 175 grams unsalted butter, or Flora. You need 175 grams of caster sugar, 175 grams of flour, 3 free-range eggs and some vanilla extract. I also like to splash in a little bit of milk. I'm using the all-in-one method, so I'm basically going to chuck all of those ingredients in a bowl and beat it up. 175 grams of margarine, 175 grams of caster sugar, 3 eggs, splash of vanilla, a good splash, I like a vanilla-y sponge. Sift in my self-raising flour, and finally a splash of milk. So you can literally see all they're all together, and now I'm going to mix. Nice smooth cake batter, and now we're going to divide it between my two 8-inch sandwich tins, which I've already greased and lined. Divide it in equally. Use a spatula to get it all out. Licking the bowl may be fun, but for a good Victoria sandwich you need every single bit of batter. Okay, smooth it over. These need to be baked for 20 to 25 minutes until they're golden brown, and when you tap the top, kind of push it, it springs back slightly. You'll also notice they come away slightly from the sides of the tin. So my cakes have cooked and cooled. Here they are. You may notice they look very flat. That's fine. Every time I make a Victoria sponge I think, oh my goodness, these are the flattest cakes in the world, what have I done wrong? The answer is usually nothing. It's fine. When you put the cream and jam in the middle, it'll all be okay. And yes, I did say cream and jam in the middle. Now you have your cakes, you have to stuff them. So here's why I do this. Take a pretty plate, take one of your sponges and turn it upside down. Then pop that on the plate. This gives you a nice flat cake to work from. Take your jam. I'm using Hartley's raspberry. Oh, I'm totally failing to, there you go, do the top. With your spoon, then mash it up on the inside a little bit. You want it quite smooth. There you go. Then take big tablespoons of this and drop it on your cake. See, and then just use the back of a spoon to smother it around. You can of course use like a knife, but I just prefer using the back of a spoon. And go right to the edges. Try not to go over though. It will squidge when you put the other cake on top of it. There we go. One cake covered in jam. Next, cream. You have two options with Victoria sponge. You can either use cream or buttercream. If you're using cream, only put it on the cake like just before you're going to serve it. You should really always make Victoria sponge the day you're going to serve it. I, however, am using buttercream, partially because I prefer it, and partially because you get a little bit more leeway. So I've made this in Blue Peter style earlier, and I'm going to just shove it on top of the jam and smear it around. Again, nice thick layer. Don't be stingy. You can always scoop it off if you need to. Then just take your other cake and pop it on top. Victoria sandwich. To finish it, I'm going to sprinkle some icing sugar on top. It's really nice to do this if you have like a tea strainer, or as I used to call it, a mini sieve. But I don't, so I'm literally just going to sprinkle it on top. And there we have it, a Victoria sandwich. Hope you found that useful. See you next time. Bye!